In this video, we're gonna implement JWT, that is the JSON Web Token, and in addition to our hash password, we're gonna have a token. As you can see, this token is divided in three parts. This red part is the header, that's the algorithm token type, and we have it to the right, that is decoded, and we have the type, we have the algorithm. To the left is the encoded part. We have this purple color, and this is the payload. This is the data where we have the name, the sub, and the issue at. And finally the cyan color, that is the verified signature. So we're going to be generating a token for our users. So you can go into my YouTube channel and check out the API projects. So this is the videos where we go how to create a MongoDB account, how to create your backend, your controllers, how to use Mongoose, schema, models, all the stuff. So you can check out the Express website also. So I'm gonna go to my programming.js folder. I have another folder named Express. I have an API folder. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna open it with Visual Studio Code. So it's gonna be code space that, and I'm gonna close my external. I'm gonna open my internal or my incorporated terminal like this. I want to check out my JSON package, my package.json, and my scripts are testing examples. So I'm gonna type in npm run example so I can use nodeman. If I type in test, it'll be node. So I'm gonna npm run example. So my server is starting on port 8000. If I go here and I send it, okay, nothing's happening. Let me see. Okay, so let's restart the server again. Okay, and let's go into our user route. So we have a post here, and okay, let's go into URL encoded, and we're gonna have name, email, and password. So let me check out in the database. So we only have user 1, user 2. Okay, let's type in user 3. It's gonna be name. Okay, name is gonna be user 3. Email is gonna be user 3 at gmail.com, and the password is gonna be 1234. So let's send it, and okay, so it's working. As you can see, you have the email, you have the name, the email, the password that is hash, you have the ID and the timestamps created at and the updated at. So right now what we are gonna do is we're gonna create another endpoint. So this one is a localhost 8000/API/user. So I'm gonna create another one that we're gonna log in, and it's gonna be pretty much the same, but it's gonna go to after users. It's gonna go to login or just pretty much sign. So I need to go into user route, and below in line 7 we're gonna type in router that post, and it's gonna go into sign like this. We're gonna put a comma, and we're gonna have the sign users like that. And we don't have this function, the sign users, but we're gonna create it. So okay, it's gonna crash, but we're gonna go into the user but let's bring it. So let's put it here. It's gonna be sign users. So even though we don't have it, we're gonna wrap it out in curly braces. So we're gonna bring in sign users, but we haven't created it yet. So we're gonna go to this file, to this folder, controllers and user controllers, like that. And we are gonna go, let me see here, let's put, okay, it's gonna be sign name like this, and it's gonna be cons, and it's gonna be sign users. Okay, so it's gonna be asynchronous. And let me see, we're gonna have arrow function, and here is gonna take request response like this, and here is gonna be just res it's gonna be res.json, and we're gonna have, I don't know, sign in for now. Let me see. So we have this sign users async res.json. Okay, so now we're gonna just export it, so it's gonna be sign users, and we're gonna wrap it up in curly braces like that, and it should work. Let me check it out. So let's go to this post, to this endpoint. Let's click here. Okay, it's working. We have a sign in, so it's working at API/user/sign. Okay, so right now we're gonna go into the user controller, and let me check out if I have JWT. No, I don't have it, so I'm gonna open a new terminal like that, and I'm gonna install it. npm install JSON web token like this, and it has to appear here in my package.json. So okay, I already have it now. I'm gonna go to my user controller, and I'm gonna bring it, and it's gonna be like this, JWT, and I'm gonna require it, and it's gonna be JSON web token. So when you require it, you have to type in the whole word like that. So what else do we have here up to this point? Okay, so yeah, let me check out. And okay, let's close this server, I don't need it. Okay, so we're gonna be here in the sign name and the sign users, and we're gonna destructure it. So it's gonna be like this. We're gonna grab in the email and the password like that, and we are gonna grab it from request.body like this, as we did it here. Let me see, request.body, and you can check out, you can read the express file, but the request.body property contains key value pairs of data submitted in the request body. By default, it is undefined and is populated when you use body parsing middleware such as body parser and Motor. So you can read all the stuff. We have that up to this point. What else do we have here? And okay, so we're gonna create a variable named user, and now we're gonna await for the user model. We're gonna wait for the user model, and we're gonna find it by the email. So it's gonna be find one, open parentheses, open curly braces, and now we're gonna find it by the email like that. And instead of sign in, we're gonna just pass in the user like that. And okay, let me see, what else do we have? So okay, so let's check it out up to this point. So we're gonna go into the sign in, we're gonna go into the body, we're gonna go into URL encoded, and let me see how many users do we have. So we have user 2, user 3. Let's check out user 3. So here it's gonna be email, and this one is gonna be password like this, and the email is gonna be user 3 at gmail.com, and the password is gonna be 1234. So let's send it, and okay, it's working. So as you can see, we have the ID, and keep that in mind, it is underscore ID, not just ID. We have the name user 3, we have the email, we have the password that is hash, and we have the timestamps created that and updated that, and we're using this user/sign, so it's working. And what else do we have here? That is the user. Okay, so right now what we are gonna do is we're gonna create our token. So we're gonna go, let me see, outside of that, and let me see, create token like this, JWT. So it's gonna be like this. We're gonna create this variable name, I don't know, token JWT, and we are gonna have an arrow function like that, and we're gonna pass in the ID. Since we are finding the user by the email, we're gonna pass in the ID as the payload, and here in the curly braces we are gonna return, and we are gonna return this JWT. So this is the method that we have here. We have decoded, we have sign, verify, sign, and we're gonna have 3 arguments here. But before that we can continue, I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna go to my .env file, and I'm gonna create a secret. As you saw here, we have 3 parts here. We have the header that is in red, we have the payload that is in purple, and now we need the SIAM, the verified signature, the secret. So we can type in secret underscore JWT, and we can assign it to secret JWT. We're gonna save it, and let me see, let's restart the server. So we Control C. Every time you change something in your .env file, you need to restart it. So let's check it out. And okay, so that is that. And now the 3 arguments are: the first argument is gonna be the ID, the second argument is gonna be the process.env that, and this time it has to be, let me see, secret secret underscore JWT, and the third argument is gonna be let me see, expires, encoding expires, and inside single quotes I'm gonna put it 1 day like that. I'm gonna save it, and yeah, we have created this token JWT function. So now we need to incorporate it into our create users and our sign users. So let me check out, okay, after the email like that, we're gonna have if user like that, if user, then we're gonna do something, and that something is gonna be we're gonna have a res.json. Let me see, and we're gonna return pretty much the ID that is gonna be, as you saw, is gonna be underscore ID, and it's gonna be set to user ID like that. User.id is gonna be a comma, then we're gonna have name, and it's gonna be set to user.name, comma, let me see, password, yeah, you can put the password in user.password. What else do we have here? Everything separated by a comma, and finally we're gonna put in our token, and the name has to be set to this one, token JWT, or whatever name you put it, the token JWT, and we're gonna pass in the user that underscore ID like this. We have the process that env secret underscore JWT. Okay, so now we need to Control C so we can restart the server like that, and I'm gonna npm run examples like that. Okay, so let me see, MongoDB, and I have user 1, 2, and 3. So let's go into Postman, and I have here in the URL encoded email is user 3 and the password is 1234. So I'm gonna send it, and now I get the ID, we have the user 3, we have the password hash, and also we have the token. So as you can see here, we are getting a token. And if we go into the 8000 API users, and we can claim if we send okay, MongoDB duplicate. Okay, so we cannot duplicate since if we go into the model, user model, I added, we have name, we have email, password, but in the email I added unique. So after require, I added unique, so it has to be only one email. So that is the reason that is not working here. But if we add another one, for example, user 4, and let me check it out here, user 4, and I add it. As you can see, I have the ID, I have the name, I have the password hash, and I have a token. And if we go here into the login, and I log in with user 4, I'm gonna get its token here, the password hash, and let's see it. And as you can see, I have the ID, the name, the password, and this token. So as you can see, this is the way how to do JSON web token. So again, let's go back here. First of all, in the .env, we needed to generate a secret, so secret underscore JWT, and we have to assign it. I assign it to secret JWT 123. So in the user controller, what we did here is we destructure it. So it's gonna be, we structure the email and the password from the request.body. We use this variable name user, await. We use the model users and find one, and we find it by the email. And I did if user, then if the user is here, then we're gonna rest that JSON, and we're gonna pass in, we're gonna show in the ID that it has to be underscore ID, name, the password, and the token. And in particular, the token has to be set to the name of this function that we created here, token, JWT, or whatever name you put it. And we're gonna pass in the user that underscore ID. As we saw here, in order to create a JWT, we did the cons, then token JWT, we put in ID as the payload, curly braces, then we're gonna return the JWT. It has a method sign. We're gonna pass in the ID, the process.env, with the secret underscore JWT that it comes from the .env file. And what else do we have? Finally, we have the expires, and I put 1 day. And pretty much I copy this whole part here, this if user, and I paste it in here in the create user. So pretty much like that. And yeah, if I click it again, we're gonna have a different token for the user 4. So now it's gonna change. So I have the password is hash, and we have also a token